Okay.
Oh, it switched it.
When you're recording, it switched it.
It did. Well, now, wait, look. That's like, it's back.
Uh, Jumping into this. Settings. Show name and show non-video. Show self-view. Show incoming video. Show my connected time. Topic. I don't even know how you. What's share me?
So it's actually, there's like a huge delay.
Is there a huge delay?
Yeah, man. At least on
I
my
mean,
end.
I'm seeing you just fine. Tough communication here. Oh, whoops. Back to meeting. Oh, this is great because then we can like pull out the whiteboard. Press C. So then yeah, we can be like, oh, okay, so there's like some waves, and like you got your board, and you're like at the top of the wave, and you got your like foil in it, and then you're like got your pair wing. Are you seeing my whiteboard?
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing your whiteboard.
I think I need a pen or something.
You got to stop.
All right, stop.
Yeah, so let's just talk about today.
All right, so today, I mean, okay, so like, oh
Wait,
shit,
what is this? This is a bit, we gotta, wait, take the whiteboard off.
how do I? I'm trying to.
There you go.
Yeah.
So wait, what is this called again?
Well,
Now that we're live.
oh, now we're live. All right. Welcome to Between the Gusts with Oliver Shanklin and Brian Christensen, live from the Virgin Islands. Here we're coming to get your wind and waves. Woo! Oh, dude, it feels so good to be on this live podcast with you, Oliver. I feel like we talk enough on the phone to where we should probably just be recording this. I think that we say some really important things that everybody else needs to know and hear about. This is for the regular people out there. This isn't like your Kai Lenny's or your the other guys like Jesse Richmond. Like this is for like all you out there, like Ian's and Scott's and Dave's. Like this is for you. We're
And
putting
Steve.
together
There's lots of
Steve.
Steves out there.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Steves out there. And we're putting together a wealth of knowledge and information to take the average Steve and turn them into the super awesome Steve.
Well, also, I think that if people, I'm not too worried about people disagreeing because what are they going to do? Just fight us in the comments? And I'm just like, not going to look at the comments. So this is not like definitive answers to anything. This is just opinions, right? So what?
Oh, all opinions. This is just
No
opinions.
facts. Maybe some facts.
And our opinions are based on the conditions that we have here in the Virgin Islands, which is steady trade winds, interrupted by intermittent squalls, plus small waves and sticky water. Right?
Very sticky water. But
so
anyway, what so what'd you do today?
Oh, what did I do today? Well, okay, so I woke up and I had to get so the boat that I'm living and working on is needed to get prepared for a wash because we're going out on charter tomorrow. And I had just fixed a bunch of broken things, and then so I had to put all my tools away, and I had to put my toys away from the last charter and like all that sort of stuff. And I had to get ready before the person who was cleaning the boat showed up. So that meant I had to like wait through all of this wind while I was just like working through all of this wind that was coming in. And I went out after the gusts, I guess. I went out in a lull. Um, so I grabbed my board. I'm here in Nanny Key, Tortola, Virgin Islands. Uh, Carried my board down the dock all the way over. I've got a 710. I've got a Nimitz. I've got a unifoil Nimitz, 123 liter. It's a downwind board. It's super rad. I have been just learning the Parawing and had a 5 meter that was taken with me. And I have just stepped down from using the 1300 code surf series foil to the 1075R. And super excited to get out on the waves and like feel the glide with that and everything. And I got out to our spot. It takes me a few minutes to walk over to the beach. And then I'm like looking out and I'm seeing all these boats and they're just getting thrashed by the waves out in the channel. And it's like, yes, this is great. But there was like a wall of sargassum weed between me and the channel. But the water was crystal clear. So water's crystal clear. I've got my polarized sunglasses. I'm finding that the polarized sunglasses, like, are extremely necessary these days in the summertime when we've got the sargassum because I can like avoid a lot of the weeds. But sometimes you just can't get through the wall. So I with the Parawing, it's so awesome. I've got it stuck in my little pouch and cruising out. I set the board down in the grass. I take all the things off. When I'm in the grass and I'm setting my stuff up, like I'm just taking the foil covers off and everything. I set my foil covers next to the shards of glass that are there on the beach, and I'm like, thank God I'm not blowing something up with a leading edge that could get cut by these shards of glass. This is great. Like anybody who's launching in a party zone is really gonna love a Parawing. And then so you like swim out to the channel from the beach there. I probably should have untangled the lines like on land or like before my last session or at the end of my last session. But I decided, you know what? I'm going to see how fast I can untangle these things. And they were really messed up.
But what's nice about the Parawing?
Uh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're just going to sit in the water. You just kind of float around, play with the strings. They're all colored properly, and then pop the wing up and then cruise on. And so I found this like really great technique because you have like the one hand for the Parawing, and then the other hand while you're kneeling on your board can be just like you're just like reaching under there and grabbing all the weed that gets stuck on the mast, just like pull it off. And then so you're just kind of cruising out, and then you get to a section where there's no weeds, and you just like rip all the weed off, and then you get up on your foil, or you get up on the board, and then pump up and go. But so this was my first time on the 1075 with the setup, and it was probably
What size
10,
wing? What size Parawing?
the 5,
Okay.
and it was blowing probably like 10 knots.
It's blowing like
I
it's
I told
blowing.
you, I missed the good wind. It was like going like 18 to 20 in the morning. Um,
Bro, it was blowing
and then,
so good here all day.
what did you do?
So Orion's here, so we went out and we
Did
took.
he have a pair of wing?
Of course, yeah, he's got a D flow.
Oh, okay, okay. Have you tried it?
Um, yeah, it's nice.
It's
Um,
nice.
yeah, it's a 4.2. It pairs nicely with the 1075, uh, which I'm still kind of jealous that you had that 1300 to practice on. Really wish I had that and all my struggles.
It's for sale if you want it.
I will be picking that up from you probably. Anyway, the one nice thing about winging compared to pair winging is that even with the weeds, you can kind of like power through it. But anyway, so we got our stuff in there. I've got a 4.2 pocket rocket, and then, I mean a 4.3 pocket rocket, and I brought the 5.0 stash. Now the 5.0 stash, I did that modification that those guys did. This is right when we should show the video of the guy's Instagram video, like right here.
Oh, yeah, yeah, with the ring. He's got the
Yeah, the
ring,
little
and then you
ring thing.
like pull it out from the ring, or you could show it. Oh, wow. Okay, so show me what have you got going on there?
I don't even think you
Okay,
really
so
need
you
this stop.
pull.
I don't know if you need this stopper ball because the ring is going to stop it. I just did what they did because I figured, but they used a D flow, and I
Yeah,
just used the stash
it
because it was compared to the ozone, it was the easiest one to
take
undo.
apart.
Now, if you look
Yeah,
right here, all this stuff. So this
yeah,
came
that doesn't
about
look very
because
pretty.
no, because today, so I rigged this up this morning, went out, we went on the dinghy, went up past Brenner Bay, Happy Island. We were looking for the best place with the least amount of sargassum, right? So we drove up.
Yeah, yeah.
There was like no sargassum in Brenner Bay. Then we went up to Lunchbox. Lunchbox was working because
Yo,
full moon is on the 9th, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but big
oh, to
wata,
get some nice currents.
big wata on Wednesday.
What's up? No,
So we
Wednesday. Okay.
went up there, checked the Jameses, and it didn't look like the sargassum was too bad. But then I was like, I should just go make sure. So we went out there, and it was like all right. So I was like, okay, so and the waves were better up there. So we went down to the Ritz and picked up a mooring, and Orion was gonna
What
pump
what
up
what are you driving around in?
the just a dinghy, just a 15-foot dinghy. The one I drove up
Just a
there the
50
other,
foot?
huh?
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
Same one.
A 50-foot dinghy.
15. Not 15 meters. I know you're in the BVI, but it's 15 feet here. 15 feet. Anyway, picked up the mooring, and then Orion goes to pump up his wing because he hasn't had a good wing session in a while, and he wants to use his small foil. Hand him the
Oh,
electric pump.
okay.
Hand him the electric pump, and it's dead. I charged that thing all night, but
Oh no.
I guess it wasn't hooked to the wall or something, so it forced him to go out on his pair wing too. So anyway, I
Huh?
jumped in. I jumped in with my new.
With a small foil?
No, he had
Did
to
he
switch
take a
foils. So now he like rigged it up. Then he had
Oh,
to
okay.
de-rig it. But I was like, I'm going. So I jumped in the water, threw up the thing, and the wing was all the lines looked fine. Everything was tight. Like I've modified like the old duotone Rebel. It used to only come in a 5 line, so I modified it one time to have a bridle system to a 4 line, and it took me like 2 weeks to get it right because the lines have to be perfect on those things. I don't think with these pair wings they have to be that perfect because there's no way I nailed that first try, but it felt just like it did unmodified. I was like, all right, sweet, it's ready to go. So I go out. Um, Everything's going fine, but I keep getting like sargassum on there and like falling off and stuff. But I finally like am making it up out to the mouth where the waves are, and getting ready to try out the new thing. This thing. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
right as I'm making my last tack to go into the
So you're
channel,
tacking.
kind of. I'm not on plain tack. I'm not on foil tacking. I'm just making the tack and then falling and then going. Because, like I said, like I'm not coming all the way far enough around, and the wind was super strong today. I hadn't been in that much wind yet in this thing. It was blowing like 25. So I come around,
Oh,
and
with a 5 meter.
yeah, right as I come around and I'm powering up, this knot inside here. Well, this thing comes out. The front lines just pop off and fly,
Yeah.
and I'm all the way up there, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, all the rings are gone, everything's gone, because the only way the thing came out is if the knot like came undone or whatever. So I like get my thing, and then the lines are all the way over the top. So I pull it in, I get the lines up, and it's still knotted. The knot had just like stretched and gotten smaller somehow and like slipped through the little hole. So I still had everything.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I was able to like put it around here. The ring like fits perfectly around here. So I was able to put the ring around here and like get back to the boat. But it worked out good because I get back to the boat and Orion is all the way downwind. So I got to go pick him up. So I just
Uh,
stow everything, come off the mooring, go pick him up, and then get him in the boat. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's go back. Because he was having trouble because there's too much sargassum. So I was like, all right, well, we'll go back to Happy since I got you in the boat or whatever. And as we're driving up, he goes, hey, man, your mast is loose. And it was like, all of them were loose. So I
the
was,
bolts
yeah, like the on them on like the four bolts, they were all loose.
that go to the board. Yeah. All right.
So so I mean, that thing failing on me when it did was probably a good thing because it got me back to the boat so I could tighten everything back up and go back out.
How
But
did it get so loose? Is that because of sargassum or what?
I think just got loose sitting in the back of my truck.
Oh, okay. So
And
you hadn't like
lesson
tightened it up.
learned. Lesson learned. Always check your.
Okay. Side tip. Side tip is to always check your hardware.
I haven't had a
Look
failure like
look for
that
little
in.
stress cracks.
I haven't had a failure like that since the beginning of winging. But anyway, so we made it back, and even though we made it over there, I went out with the 4.3 and totally forgot to tighten my things up. You like just jumped in because it was blowing. I was like, oh, it's good. The waves are back. I just totally forgot to tighten them back up. Still went out on it. I ran all the way up to the waves and then realized, oh God, I got to get back to the boat and tighten up my thing.
Oh, that's why you should always carry the foil light M6 M8 tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the beginning of my day. Um, but going between the 4.3 and the stash back to back like that, I did think that the stash definitely is when you stash it, it
Yeah.
stashes better on the like pulling it away and letting it out. Even without this new system, was still
Yeah.
better than the ozone. But the ozone, I feel like the 4.3 would has the same amount of power as the 5 meter stash. And I think that might
Yeah.
be because the lines are longer, maybe. The lines are definitely longer on the 4.2, the 4.3 pocket rocket than they are on the stash. Um,
Uh,
but the
yeah. So
stash,
on the
but the
five, we've got these
fourth,
like long lines. I definitely feel like the 4.3 would be that happy medium between, like the 3 meter that we were trying up in North Sound and then this 5 meter, which is typically if I'm overpowered.
Well, this new system is definitely the way to go with the pulley
Long lines.
for long lines. Yeah, for like your 5 meter, you should probably switch it out to do this, to do what those guys did. It like it comes. I mean, you're this far, and you've got the whole thing.
Right, right.
Shake weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's what? It creates like a 2-to-1 purchase on there or something.
Yeah, look. That's it. I'm already there. I'm there. And that's a 5 meter.
Oh wow. Oh,
I'm
wow.
like,
Okay,
I'm
I
not
see,
even,
I see.
look, my arms are at 90 degrees.
So do you get problems with the thing spinning on you?
No, you just, once you're there, you're at the white. You're at the,
Then you just grab it.
you just grab it. And then when you let it out, this thing slides.
So yeah, I'm doing grab the middle lines and just yank on them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then come all the way up. If I grab all of the lines and yank on it and come all the way up, then it ends up spinning on me because it's still like puffed up.
But look how thin these lines are. So
Yeah.
the ozone's lines are much nicer to handle. These like rip my hands up, but now it doesn't matter because of this.
Hello. And have you gotten it into your stash bucket yet?
Negative. I really don't know if I'm ever going to use that stat. Like, I mean, it's not really in your way. I don't know. I think that you're only going to be able to use the stash in the big, like if you're doing the big downwinders, you know, you're not really,
Yeah.
you don't have time, like with the, because by the time I'm ready to stash it, I'm like down into the only time I would have time to stash it is if I'm, because you need that
I
glide.
could I could see
You
it
need
being
enough time.
really sick at like mountain at like outer at the brass at inner brass,
Yeah,
because then you like you catch a wave, you catch like that wave like way out, you stash it, well you like pull it in and then you like stash it in your little pouch,
yeah. I'm not.
and
I'm
then
not
you're
gonna.
set up to ride all the way into the inside, and like it'd be great to have it like in like packed away, because I mean like you're ripping like a massive wave. It'd be great not to have the thing like flapping around.
I know exactly, and you would have time to do that there. But when you're actively like looking for waves, like bouncing between little swells and stuff, and you're not on a dedicated downwinder, then you don't have that time to like. Well, somebody like the professionals probably can do it, but I'm not a
Yeah,
professional.
we just have to get better. We just have to get better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm not gonna. There's so many more aspects of this, of doing the pairwing, that I got to get good at, that supersede the stashing it in the pouch. Like just stashing it in my hand and under my thing is fine for now, because I still got to get the tack down. I still got to get um, the pull in down, not get my lines tangled, and like wearing a watch is like hazardous. Like I just gotta put it in my pocket. That thing gets in the way. Oh, and the you can't use a surf leash or one of those springy leashes. It needs to be a Dyneema leash or
Oh,
something for your board,
oh,
because so many
oh,
times today I had to just take the leash off, because so many times today it was every time I'd like put it away, the lines would just get caught on that springy leash, the curly leash.
Oh man, I bet you if you were pulling a hearse jibe, it would definitely get caught.
So yeah, I got to switch that out tomorrow. But all right, tell me about your day because I've still got that was just the first half of the day. Like it gets so much better.
Oh
New new
man, really?
new
Oh, I'm
new
jealous.
listen, new fears unlocked. That's all I'm gonna say. Like
Okay, okay, all right. Well, I'll make mine quick. Because really there wasn't too much to say other than I had a hard time getting up with my left foot forward because I'm of course, debilitatingly goofy foot. Um, and I eventually got it. It
that's
felt
mental.
really good.
That's mental though. You just got
Yeah,
because
it's just
every
it's all memory. But
every
it was
time I
like
think that
but the pump up and the bouncing and everything. Like I do it the wrong foot first, and then it takes a while to get like into the groove. And then by the time I'm like in the groove and like almost up and pumping, I'm like fully winded and done. Um,
I'm not gonna
and
disagree with that.
and at Nanny, for that direction, you're pumping
Yeah.
into the waves.
And you got to get up and go right in that direction. Otherwise, you're down.
Yeah.
When
Well, I can stay upwind just taxiing along. But yeah, on the port tack, you're pounding into the waves, so you don't get any like wave help on. And then you turn around, starboard tack immediately, bang, up on foil. And it's just because you've got the waves with you.
so I would be better off there because my good side would be the hard side, and then my bad side would be the
Yeah,
easy side.
yeah. Oh, it's a dream. It's a lovely spot. So I found a big wide lane without sargassum, and I kind of just was going back and forth in there. But I really didn't have a lot. I spent like an hour or something out there. But it was, a lot of just like slow trudging along speeds. And then, I kept messing up my jibes because I was catching up to the wing. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this first jibe because that would be the only thing that makes sense at this point. You go around it anyways. So like, yeah, you're cruising along. I usually have my front hand facing up, backhand down, right? But then I switch. Front hand or backhand is like this, and then I drop, I drop the forward hand. It fully stalls out, and you just throw the whole bar down, right? And then it down loops, like right down onto the water. It like accordions down, and then you pass it behind the back, grab at the blue strings, and then you whip it around, and then the whole kit and caboodle just like flies out in front of you. Um, it's the most amazing thing ever. It feels great. Um, and then I ran into a wall of sargassum. So this is the one thing that I was thinking about. I was like, oh man, if I was in a podcast, I would totally talk about this thing that I'm thinking about right now. I think that it would just be a utilitarian, not like a fun sort of thing. Straps, foot straps, because if you like throw, if you're able to like jump over the sargassum, then you don't have to worry about hitting it, running into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to think about getting onto a board with straps on it.
Mid length.
Yeah, well, I've got my tiny mid length, and I can put the 1300 back on. Learn
Can't
with
believe
that.
can't believe you're gonna sell that 1300 to me.
Yeah, probably twice the price. I mean, like I've put my juju into it. It would really help with all of your tax.
Hmm. I would think about that. Those things are super sharp, though, which brings me to what happened today.
Oh yeah.
So,
So yeah, go on about new fears. And if you lose me, it's because of my phone died.
okay, well, that's
Yeah.
so. Yeah, then it was blowing like 40.
Oh
I was
my.
on, yeah, I'm not even kidding. It was blowing like 40. I was on that 4.3, like barely holding it down, going upwind and stuff. And then I I I don't know if I've gone that fast before downwind because I don't know if the wing. I just
Do you have the watch?
I do. I'll have to look it up how fast I was going, but yeah, I'll check it out tomorrow. I was like cooking, like it was scary, like all the it just like, and it wasn't like slow. It was like immediate. Like the second I turned downwind to catch a wave, and I had the 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 wing down, the pair wing down there, it was just like so fast, and then I just like went right through the lines, and then out through the back, and so now I'm sitting there in the waves and the sargassum, and I've got the lines have come all the way around, and it's blowing like 40, and they're around my hands. So now I'm like thinking about like my kite days, like getting lines wrapped around your fingers and stuff, and I'm just like, get up, like I was able to get everything off, get back to the boat, put everything away. Orion comes back with he went winging because we went and got we took a break and got the pump and came back out. So we're going back and we're putting my board up in the boat, and I'm like, oh man, there's like this huge, not huge, there's like this scrape on the nose, and I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta epoxy that. And then Orion's like, well, you got a big ding back here, and then in the back, the very back of the board, it's like it hit hard something. I don't know what. This board was like pretty ding free before today. And then we get back to the,
Besides the warranty slide through the middle. Oh no, sorry. I was thinking about your tow board. The one that you had to cut in half, but you like glued back together.
oh, that was a tow board. Yeah, that was a tow board. Anyway, so the we get back to the dock, and I'm just wiped. I'm so tired. It's my own fault. I was so tired, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm just so tired. It's gonna be so hard to get all this stuff up out of the boat right now. And so I'm trying to maneuver around, and I'm sitting on top of the quiver killer and Orion's foil. And normally I pack my board in the board bag, put it down when we're traveling or whatever. I just was too tired, was in a hurry to get back. I stand I stand up to pick something up, and the board's just, and I turn and the board just slides forward and just, and when I tell, like it just went, the foil just went right into the bottom of my board. Like it was like if you took a knife and just jammed it in the bottom of the board. I was shocked at how easily that thing went. I mean, they're just so sharp. The R,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
1075 R just went right. Thank God it didn't hurt his foil, and it just, because the board I can fix. Fixing a foil is like, that's out of anybody's wheelhouse, but except for
I think
Kier's
you'd have
maybe.
to take it to John.
Who?
John.
John.
John
Who's
Phillips.
John?
West
Oh,
Indies windsurfing. He fixes carbon.
does he?
Yeah, he can do carbon. Oh, Kier's. You could just send it to Kier's.
That's what I was gonna do, Kier's.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, but it went so deep in the board, like it's like, so now I've got three ding repairs. I think I might have jujued myself on that one because I was like, well, the two dings I have to repair is like, you make a batch, right? And I was only gonna need half that batch. But now
Yeah.
I'm going to need the full batch to batch the thing. So that was today.
Oh man. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. I mean, like I've got on this this shin, this just healed, but that one I cut when I was with you and Sawyer in the waves at Hobay, and I like just got in the way of the board, and then I took the thing to the shin, and it was down to the bone. And yeah, they're crazy sharp.
Anyway, so it was a heck of a day. I blew out my
Heck of a day, great day.
great day.
Um,
But we
well,
got wind all week. Tomorrow's supposed to be the heaviest day, I think.
I'm gonna try to get out in the morning really early, or at least earlier than I got out today, and take advantage of the wind. And then I gotta pick up these guests, and then they seem like drinkers, so I'm just gonna make sure that they stay up really late drinking hard, and then I can get out in the mornings before they wake up.
I mean, we have wind. Just let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Um, well,
Sweet.
and then the trick is Savannah. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Zero sargassum. The only problem is it's flat water. Um,
Learn
but it,
tax.
it it helps learning all of the tricks, the maneuvers, just getting used to the parrowing.
Yeah. Well, you had that advantage of the 13, but I'm going to catch you.
Yeah, well, I'm stepping down now. 1075.
You're going to, I'm hoping you're not going to struggle, but you got the 5 meter, so you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Yeah, but yeah, I think the 4.3 would be the optimal size for around here.
Well, I have the Fly Surfer is here, but UPS is just not delivering stuff right now.
What?
It's crazy, man.
Crazy.
They're like at half staff.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
let's not talk about that anymore.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I want in on this.
Yeah, once I get
All right.
it.
Your flip flops and the BRM pouch are at Hendo's.
Oh, you didn't tell me the flip flops were there too.
Oh, it's gonna be a surprise.
Oh, well, I didn't tell my captain to look for flip flops.
They're in the pouch.
Oh, okay. So he had to have grabbed them. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Sorry, ruined the surprise.
We
But
we wasted the good surprise on you.
I was gonna use. Okay, look, I was gonna do a gen oil change today, but I couldn't because I didn't have a funnel.
Oh, who's got your funnel?
I don't know.
I don't know. I will send it to Hendo's, I guess. Am I dropping it at Hendo's too? With Frank?
Sure. Yeah, Frank.
You don't think you're coming over here sooner than that?
Yeah, we got this week, and then we have 3
Here,
days.
wait. Let's
And then
let's sign off first because this is between the Gus.
All right. So, hey, thanks for all the great stories and the tips, Ollie. This was between the Gus.
Between the Gus.
This is between the Gus. What do you do when it's not windy?